All right. The winter time's coming up, and we usually want to boost our immune systems, but there's a different approach that we need to take to it because this pandemic has shown us that there's a lot of things to boost the immune system that's more than just vitamin C and zinc, you know, because people will come in and, they just want IV vitamins. I'm taking more vitamin C and zinc at the usual doses when we're beginning to have colds in the summer. There's different reasons and causes behind this. And that's what I'm going to be tuning into for everyone. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the things we're missing and what the solutions that we have that you can start making and implementing at home right away that will help you out. Okay. So this first part, I'm going to talk about this vitamin C and zinc thing. Firstly, you need to understand something with vitamin C. It's not something you're supposed to be taking only when you're sick. Once the body's need for vitamin C is saturated for the day, everything gets peed out, and you need to take another dose the next day. So it's not something you want to sit and wait till you're sick and then you start putting vitamin C into your body. In fact, vitamin C, things like vitamin C and zinc, vitamin D, these are all antioxidants. So when the body's under any kind of oxidative stress from any kind of infection, illness, or whatever, it needs those components just to keep you healthy. When you're waiting till you're catching a cold or getting sick before you take some of these things, you're not going to do much. It will reduce the cold symptoms, maybe, but with COVID, that's a whole different ballgame because it needs more than that. So, what else do you need? You actually need to take, yes, vitamin D3, but it has to be with K2 because that's more effective and it's also better for bones. But you also need magnesium. When you have magnesium, the vitamin D works better in the body. And yes, when you go for your blood work, the cutoff will say 30 and it's normal. But to actually get to a really good immune system level to protect you and even anti cancer prevention, you want your vitamin D levels to be at least 50 to 60. So don't get fooled when you look at your blood work and it's not in red and like, oh, my vitamin D level is good. And if it's below 30, because some Black people, yes, us will be like 2 and 3, please go see a healthcare practitioner, see a medical doctor. You don't need the normal dose at that point. You need a higher dose, especially if you want your immune system to be up and running by the time the winter comes in. Okay, B vitamins. People don't recognize we actually need B vitamins for antioxidants, for energy, for the cells to function well. So when they get sick, all they're thinking about is vitamin C and zinc. You do need your B vitamins. Now, what B vitamins, what level of B vitamins actually depends on you. And I actually do specific blood work for that because I'm certified as an advanced nutrient prescription therapy that I do. And so I'll be able to know what specific doses you do, but you can just take some general doses. So don't only boost with vitamin C and zinc. Now, the big things that are coming up with this pandemic and COVID, you want to be able to get some glutathione in your system. And you can get that with taking N-acetylcysteine because that gets more absorbed. If you want glutathione, it's better if you get it IV. And this leads me into the second thing that people are missing. So the first thing, boosting your immune system is more than vitamin C and zinc. Get your vitamin D3 with K2, take it with magnesium. You do need your B vitamins, and you want to have N-acetylcysteine and glutathione. You're like, but wait, what is the big deal with that? The fever reduces that we take when we're sick. This is a big deal, especially with the pandemic. So, like my mom would say, pull your ears and listen. Okay. When we take Tylenol, which is Panadol in some countries, it actually depletes our N-acetylcysteine, which is what we need to make glutathione, which is the big hormone molecule, whatever you want to call it, that is for the immune system. Did you get that? So you're taking a fever reducer that is reducing something that is a big deal for boosting the immune system and fighting off infections that is actually good for this new bug that came around into the system. So when you're doing that, not only do you absolutely need to take some N-acetylcysteine in your life. Okay. Now, what else are people using as anti-inflammatories for fever reducers? The NSAIDs, Aleve, ibuprofen, Motrin. Guess what? Those hit your gut. Okay. They cause leaky gut. They cause gut inflammation. This is well known. What is the problem with that? Did you know your gut houses more than 70% of your immune system? So when you are taking these NSAIDs, Motrin, ibuprofen, Aleve, to reduce the fever, and then you wonder why, oh, I'm getting a cold again and I'm still not doing so well, or my kid is still sick after I give them all that stuff, you need to heal your gut. And so that's why we have alternatives that are more natural, that actually have so many other better side effects that are actually good for the body, that we use for inflammation and fever reducing if we can. Now, sometimes the fever is so high you can't help it. Just keep those two things in mind. So when you're doing those fever reducers, whether it's Tylenol or these NSAIDs, Motrin, Aleve, or whatever, you need to boost with all the things that I just talked about. Don't miss out on that stuff, which leads me to the third thing people are missing is your gut health. So yes, these other medications or these Aleve, Motrin, and they all affect the gut and cause gut inflammation. What does that mean? Your gut is how you're going to absorb all your nutrients, the antioxidants, all these things you're taking orally need to get absorbed, and you just created an inflammation and created a leaky problem in the gut. And you're taking all these things, and you're eating healthy. Food is medicine, but your machinery for taking in this beautiful things isn't functioning well anymore. And like I said, more than 70% of the immune system comes from your gut health. So address the gut health. You want to do some gut healing. That's why, as the basis for most of my programs, people will get some type of gut healing in there, whether they've never done it before, so it's deeper, or they've done it before and they went and got some of these medicines, especially things like antibiotics, will also cause gut issues. Things like inflammatory foods with gluten and wheat, especially if you're in America, will cause gut health issues. Okay, processed foods, the standard American diet is actually a cause of gut health and inflammatory gut issues. Okay, so that's the third thing. If that's your problem and you really want to boost your immune system and the gut, you don't have time to heal it, that's when we go for the IV vitamin therapy. Complete IV vitamin therapy, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, B vitamins, and especially with some glutathione in there. I have a special formula that I also do directly into the veins that's very good with calming the autonomic nervous system and boosting the immune system. But you want to go for that if that's happening. But please heal your gut, because a unhealthy gut has more implications than just the immune system. It especially influences mood, even things like ADHD. It's unbelievable what can come up from the gut. Okay. All right. And so the next thing I wanted to talk about with the pandemic, specifically with this new bug we have hanging around that you want to take care of if you want to boost your immune system, is any underlying issues that you have. The thing with this bug that people don't understand is it affects the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system affects almost every organ and function in the body. It really does. Whether it's the endocrine, your metabolism, weight loss, your mood, pain, because it affects the pain receptors, your gut, constipation, diarrhea, rash, like everything. So when it hits the autonomic nervous system, if you already have something underlying that wasn't your body wasn't doing very well before, it could be as simple as you always had a rash, or you had some UTIs, or you always had pain in a particular place. It will exacerbate that. Okay. Now, if you even things like high blood pressure, maybe it runs in the family. All of a sudden, yours is popping up out of nowhere. Maybe you were teetering, and this just pushes it over. So you want to be able to address any underlying issues. And that can be a little bit of a challenge for people because with our current conventional medicine, the blood work a lot of times might be normal. So we don't even know what's brewing. Your blood pressure might seem normal. That's why I encourage people to do a check medical scan that we have here, which is bioresonance, less than 10 minutes, gives us a report right away. Even if your blood work is normal, we'll be able to see if the nervous system is already undergoing stress, you're at risk for high blood pressure issues. If there's toxins in the body, if your gut isn't doing very well, that will show up. If you're having degenerative properties even in your liver, then we say, oh my gosh, this is underlying, because with this, it will push all those things. And then think about it. It actually makes sense. If there's different systems in your body that are already not doing very well, and then you have an infection or this bug comes in, and the body needs energy to fight it, but the body is already taking out energy for all these other organs and systems that are not doing well, how much energy is it going to have to actually help you heal? See, these are the little things people don't put into place to say, Okay, if I'm going to catch a cold or this bug, like how can my body handle it better? It's addressing your underlying problems. It's a big deal because now this cold is not just affecting the respiratory system. That's why there's symptoms all over the place and side effects and this long haul COVID that we have. It's affecting everything. There has been a rise in a lot of cancers in young people that quote unquote seem healthy. Ask some of my GI colleagues. I do GI almost twice a week with them. And at one point, we all ran to go get our own colonoscopies early and even endoscopies because we were like, what's going on? This person's healthy. Like, no rhyme or reason. I'm not saying exactly what it is, but we know since the pandemic that is happening. So there's implications for things that you are not aware of. This, what you don't know won't kill you, is a lie because it can. Okay. So start creating more awareness about what is going on with you. All right, so that's it for today. I will do a part two on this and go more into different things with your diet, with fasting, with herbs, sleep, electromagnetic frequencies, with all these cell phones and internet, with research I will share with you that's coming out right now that will change your life. And listen, when I'm saying things on here that might seem very simple, if something inside of you does a little, or your stomach goes a little, listen, you better go do exactly what that is. That is the message that is coming to you. This is what I'm trying to teach people. Listen to your intuition. Because for your friend, for your sister, for your husband, that alcohol, that meat, that Aleve that they're taking isn't going to tear up their gut, isn't going to cause problems in the liver. But for you, yes, it will. So when I'm talking, it might seem simple. But if something says, okay, what is that? Maybe I need to pay attention to this. Please do. If you do feel overwhelmed, which this is not what this is meant for, this is meant to empower you. If you feel overwhelmed, please go to my website, make a free 15-minute phone consultation, and ask a doc a question. That's what I'm here for. And that's why I provide that. Doesn't matter if you don't work with me or if you're not going to, okay? Because what my elders have taught me, you saving somebody else's life, you're saving yours. That's how God created this. We're all connected. So listen, make the changes, tune in. I'll be coming up with part two and three because I do want people to understand this immune system thing. It's a big deal. Get yourself and your body ready for the summer, not the summer, for the winter and beyond. Because the things I'm going to share is not just for the immune system, it's going to help your entire life. Okay? All right. You all have a wonderful day. And I have Abayomi 6. Thank you for tuning in. Please pick something you heard today that really touched you and make that change for yourself, okay? Have a wonderful, blessed day, everyone. One love. Ashe. Dun, 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 dun.